everyone, Mango7 Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to the legendary banner predictions for September. It's September, right? I keep getting asked to do this because people seem to like how close I always get on these. I seem to be very, very close to every prediction, and I nailed most of it. I'm sure this one is going to be different because I just said that. Last time I think I got 10 of 12 right, or maybe 9 of 12 and half the legendary. So let's just get into this here and kind of talk about each selection, why I chose them, and why I think it's possible that they're going to surprise us with them. So we have Tharja here. Tharja is one of those units that just has some of the best art in the game and is an amazing unit, but just you never really see her. Like, she just is fantastic, but fantastic really isn't good enough right now in the game. It's just so, she's in such a weird spot. I do think she will get better once we see the A skill to boost her BST. That'll make people like her a little more. But for now, I think she's going to be on this banner. One thing to consider is we should be getting at least one bride unit this time. I don't think it'll be Ninian because Ninian's kind of the chase, in quotes, person from that banner, and we're getting a new blue this time around. So I just don't see that happening. So I think we'll either be getting Tharja or Sanaki as the lone bride unit on this banner. Next up though, I'm thinking Alencia here. I love Alencia. Maybe it's because I'm playing one of her games right now, but I love her so much, and I think she's still to this date one of the best units that you can have on an account as like a base set without too much investment. Like, my Alencia carries my main account still. It's kind of ridiculous how good she actually is. I do think she will be here because I believe we got Nephany last time, and I think this is the last one on that banner to kind of share with it. So this will let them finish off the reruns from that banner. I forget what it was called. I can't remember. Farfetch'd? No, it wasn't Farfetch'd Heroes. Can't remember which one, but obviously one to do with FE 9 or 10. So I think there's a pretty good chance of Alencia here. And finally, we have the guaranteed Vike. I think red is pretty solid. Maybe there's a couple differences you can have instead of Alencia. I'm trying to think of some. I can't really think of any. Maybe some of the billion swords we have, but that's just kind of boring, and we already have an infantry sword. This is a way to get another sword on without having it the exact same style of unit. So next up here, let's move into green. We know we're getting Hector. Everyone's excited about that. At least I am, because my main, or my alt, might finally be able to get a +10 Hector. It's gonna be close, and I'm really excited for it. And I think a lot of people should probably be investing in him still, even with the new dual skills. He's just such an insane unit. And honestly, if you want to stay in tier 21 for the really long-term future, you kind of just need something like this, because I'm struggling so hard spending like 100,000 feathers a month or a week at least, and I just don't know how I'm gonna do it anymore without a merged up legendary unit. So I'm strongly considering going independent on the other greens this time around, and I think a lot of other people are too. As for seasonals, here's another one we should almost 100% be getting. This is Spring Sharena. Sharena also got a lot better with the new infantry skills. She actually scores really well now, and she's a fantastic support. Not to mention she's got probably top like 5 cutest outfits in the game. She's just so fantastic. I love her to death, and I wish I had her merged up because she'd be so fun to use every arena there. Next to her, this is a tough one here. We have a green unit to fill in the blanks. There's a couple that are really up there, like WT Olwen. I think probably has more of a chance than Kana, but I didn't think 2 green tomes would work for them. There's also Male Grima, who everybody has been saying is guaranteed to be on the legendary banner like 4 months in a row. But again, I don't think they're going to put Male Grima and Hector together. Maybe they'll prove me wrong. Maybe Male Grima is less desirable now with the dual infantry skills, and that warrants putting it on. But I really don't know, and I guess we'll see at this point. But my guess is Kana, and my second guess would be WT Olwen, and then my third guess would be Grima if it comes to that. So next up, let's do blue here, and Ninian hasn't been on a legendary banner from what I know so far, and they seem to love giving us dancers. They won't be able to give us a dancer next month because we're going to have Fly Ninian instead, I think. So I think she will be here. It's also possible we just get the Bride Ninian instead. We got Azura recently, and it just kind of fit, and it fits new players too, right? They love dancers, so I think it's just a solid insertion here, especially when you know she's going with a unit that people are pulling with anyway. So it kind of deters some people to summon, or makes people summon more because they don't really want to get her, but they want the legendary, if that makes any sense. So there's that. And next up we have Spring Catria, one of the other units we're almost guaranteed to get at this point, and this is the reason why I didn't put Bride Indian on this banner, because I didn't think two blue should really share a color, you know? I thought one seasonal blue was enough with our new legendary hero. As for the legendary hero that's coming up, we'll talk about that at the end here, so let's just assume there's one more person there. Next up is Robin, and Robin is Robin. And what's a legendary banner at this point without Robin? I can't remember if it's next month or the month after, but soon we will be getting a different legendary unit, and hopefully their stupid unit slash silhouette isn't this stupidly big and won't actually like flood out my whole screen. I cannot wait to get her off this banner. And what I think is the hardest to predict on this entire banner so far is the colorless section, because it's just so bland and rerun and boring, and I want to put Mist on there, but I've put Mist on these legendary banner predictions like 7 months in a row, and I've been wrong every time, so I'm not putting Mist, spoiler alert, I am not putting Mist on this banner, and I'm just crossing my fingers that that is a good idea. So I'm going to put Jafar on there instead. I think Jafar is a pretty good option, especially with having the recent Tap battle, if anybody pays attention to that, the theme of that battle. And he's a cool dude. He is fun for rival domains. I don't really know what else to say. He's not gonna really get people to summon for him, and he's not the best unit, I don't think, but he's here, and he hasn't been reran as much as the other units. Specifically somebody like Bravelyn, and people are like, we've already had Bravelyn 3 times, why would you put her on here? That's because there really just isn't too many other options. I can't even think of too many. Like Hinoka hasn't been on twice, so she's a possibility. Maribel is also a possibility, but I think she would be in a month or a month after, depending on which one is the legendary hero. So whatever one isn't the new legendary hero should have Maribel on it, is my guess. There's also something like Elise again, which is possible, I guess, but I think Lynn is just a more common unit to put back on. And again, Mist. I'm sure it's going to be Mist this time. It's basically guaranteed to be Mist now that I didn't put her on my predictions here. So let's talk about the new legendary hero, though. For the new legendary hero, there's a lot of options. A lot of people are leaning towards Genealogy of the Holy War just because of our JamK hero battle and the other banners we've been given. I do think that's an option. From there, I don't know the game, but I've seen Sigurd pop up a lot. I've seen Deirdre pop up a lot as well. I think the fact that we just got Moosepel units and finished book 2, it should theoretically be a FEH OC unit just to keep this insane theme they have going right now. But with them putting Levitain and Legiarn and Helbini not as legendary units, it kind of makes me think they're pushing away from OC legendaries. This legendary will also be Earth-based. I really am crossing my fingers that it's a new OC we haven't seen, kind of like Gunther was, and that it'll be Earth-based, and it'll lead us towards book 3 wherever we're going there, and hopefully that book is Earth-based too, since we've already had Ice and Fire. So that's my guess. I'm hoping towards a legendary FEH OC character that's Earth-based that we haven't seen, that'll follow us into the next story, and it will be followed by a FEH channel or something similar to that. As for who else it could possibly be, I really just don't know at this point. It's all just a drop of the hat, right? You just pick something out of a hat and you might get it right. There's a lot that haven't been that kind of fit themes, like Xander is possible, Micaiah is possible. Who else is possible? There's just so many frontrunners. Alincia is even possible. Who else? Ike, again, you never know. We really like Ike, we could get a second Ike. There's Roy, there's Elliewood. There are so many if they stick by their main storyline Lord styles. But again, just crossing my fingers for a FEH OC, and I hope that's it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. As always, let me know in the comments below how many of these you think I got right. I'm leaning towards 9 this time. I know that's really wishing and hoping, but I think I'm gonna get 9 out of 12 this time, so I hope that's right. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'll see y'all later. Bye now.